Have you ever felt the weight of a secret so heavy it could bring down an empire? In the bustling halls of a tech expo in Tokyo, where screens glowed with the future and crowds buzzed with excitement, that's exactly what was brewing. Alex Thorn, the billionaire CEO of Thorn Tech, paced the sleek booth like a king surveying his kingdom. He was tall, sharp-featured, with a suit that screamed power and eyes that cut like knives. Today was make or break, a meeting with Dr. Kira Voss, the renowned AI expert who could pour $2 billion into his company. If he nailed this, Thorn Tech would dominate the AI world. But Alex wasn't one for nerves. He thrived on control, and right now, his team felt the brunt of it. Mike, the lead engineer, fumbled with a stack of demo tablets, his hands shaky from lack of sleep. As he reached for a pen to jot a note, it slipped from his fingers and rolled across the floor. Alex stopped dead, his face twisting in disgust. "Pick that up, you idiot," he snapped, loud enough for nearby expo attendees to glance over. Mike bent down quickly, his cheeks burning red. "If you can't handle a pen, how the hell are you handling our code? One more slip and you're out. We don't carry dead weight here." Mike muttered a sorry, stuffing the pen in his pocket, but Alex had already turned away, dismissing him like yesterday's news. Emma, Alex's secretary, hovered nearby, typing furiously on her laptop to finalize the presentation slides. She was efficient, always had been, but today the Wi-Fi was spotty, slowing her down. Alex leaned over her shoulder, his breath hot on her neck. "What's taking so long? Are you typing with your toes?" he sneered. Emma flinched but kept her eyes on the screen. "It's almost done, Mr. Thorne. Just syncing the last video." He rolled his eyes. "Almost isn't good enough. If this flops because of you, don't bother coming back to the office. I built this company on winners, not excuses." She nodded, her fingers flying faster, but the tension in her shoulders told the real story. She was terrified of him. The booth was a high-tech wonder, holographic displays spinning models of AI-driven robots, sleek prototypes that promised to change healthcare and transportation. Investors milled about, sipping coffee, whispering about the rumors of Thorn Tech's edge. But behind the gloss, the air was thick with fear. Alex's team moved like shadows, avoiding his gaze, knowing one wrong move could end their careers. He thrived on that fear, believing it kept them sharp. As he adjusted his tie, his phone buzzed, a reminder that Dr. Voss was arriving soon. She was the key, a quiet genius in her 50s, with a reputation for ethical AI development. Her investment wasn't just money, it was validation. Alex smirked to himself. He'd charm her, dazzle her with the tech, and seal the deal. That's when Lena entered the picture. She was a young waitress hired for the expo, weaving through the crowd with a tray of drinks and snacks. Her uniform was standard, a crisp white shirt tucked into black pants, topped with a red vest coat that hugged her frame. Her blonde hair fell in soft curls around her shoulders, framing a face that looked innocent but held a spark of something deeper. She was there to support herself, or so it seemed, pouring coffee, clearing plates, keeping the VIP area running smooth. But as she approached the Thorn Tech booth with a fresh pot of coffee, disaster struck. Her foot caught on a loose cable snaking across the floor, hidden under the carpet. She stumbled, the tray tipping, and a small holographic model, a miniature AI robot prototype, toppled from its stand with a clatter. The sound echoed like a gunshot in the busy hall. Heads turned. Alex whipped around, his eyes locking on Lena as she knelt to pick up the pieces. "What the hell?" he bellowed, storming over. The model wasn't broken, just knocked over, but that didn't matter to him. "You clumsy fool. Do you have any idea what that costs? That's cutting-edge tech, not some toy." Lena straightened up, her face calm despite the heat rising in her cheeks. She set the model back carefully, her hands steady. "I'm sorry, sir. It was an accident. The cable was loose." But Alex wasn't hearing it. He towered over her, his voice dripping with venom. "Accident? That's what losers say. Get out of my sight before I have you fired. People like you don't belong here." The crowd around them shifted uncomfortably, but no one intervened. Mike and Emma exchanged glances but stayed silent, too scared to speak up. Lena didn't flinch. She met his gaze for a split second, something unreadable flashing in her eyes, not fear, but resolve. "I'll be more careful," she said softly, picking up her tray and backing away. As she turned, she smoothed her red vest coat, her blonde curls bouncing slightly. Alex muttered under his breath, "Useless," and waved her off like a fly. But Lena didn't leave the area entirely. She lingered at the edge of the booth, refilling water glasses for the investors, her movements precise and quiet. She watched as Alex composed himself, checking his watch. Dr. Voss was due any minute. The expo hall hummed with energy, booths showcasing drones zipping overhead, virtual reality demos pulling in lines of eager tech enthusiasts. Tokyo's skyline loomed through massive windows, a mix of neon and steel that mirrored the event's vibe. But in the Thorn Tech corner, the atmosphere was electric for all the wrong reasons. Alex barked orders at Mike to double-check the holograms, then snapped at Emma to print extra handouts. "Make it perfect," he growled. "Voss isn't some small-time investor. She's the real deal." His team nodded, scurrying to comply. Then, Dr. Kira Voss arrived. She was unassuming at first glance, short dark hair, simple glasses, a tailored blazer over jeans, but her presence commanded respect. She walked in with a small entourage, her eyes scanning the booth thoughtfully. Alex plastered on a smile, extending his hand. "Dr. Voss, welcome. I'm Alex Thorne. It's an honor." She shook it firmly, her expression neutral. "Mr. Thorne, I've heard a lot about your work." They exchanged pleasantries as Alex guided her to the demo area, launching into his pitch. "Our AI isn't just smart, it's revolutionary. Imagine hospitals run by systems that predict outbreaks, cars that never crash." Dr. Voss nodded, asking pointed questions about ethics and data privacy, which Alex brushed off with slick answers. "We prioritize innovation," he said. "The rest follows." As the conversation deepened, the stakes hung in the air. $2 billion could launch Thorn Tech into the stratosphere, funding expansions, hiring top talent, crushing competitors. Alex's arrogance shone through, but he dialed it back for her, playing the visionary. His team hovered nearby, ready to assist. Lena, still serving, poured Dr. Voss a cup of tea without a word, her blonde curls catching the light. Dr. Voss thanked her quietly, her eyes lingering on Lena for a moment before returning to Alex. But beneath the surface, tension simmered. Alex's earlier outburst lingered like a bad smell, and Dr. Voss seemed to notice the way Mike and Emma avoided eye contact with him. She observed quietly, her face giving nothing away, as Alex wrapped up the intro. "Let's move to the private meeting room for the full presentation," he suggested. She agreed, and they headed off, leaving the booth in a hush. Lena watched them go, her expression unchanged, but her mind racing with thoughts no one could guess. The expo continued around them, oblivious to the storm building in that one corner. Alex led Dr. Voss into a glass-walled conference space at the back of the booth, away from the crowd's noise. Emma followed with the laptop, setting up the screen, while Mike adjusted the lighting. "This is where the magic happens," Alex said, gesturing grandly. Dr. Voss took a seat, folding her hands. "I'm eager to see it." As the door closed, the real meeting began, with billions on the line and unseen forces at play. The presentation kicked off smoothly. Alex clicked through slides, his voice confident. "Our core algorithm processes data at speeds unmatched by anyone else. We've tested it in simulations, flawless." Dr. Voss leaned forward, probing. "And the ethical safeguards? How do you ensure it doesn't amplify biases?" Alex waved a hand. "We've got teams on that. But let's focus on the potential. With your investment, we could scale globally." She nodded slowly, but her eyes flicked to the team, Emma typing notes, Mike demoing a quick hologram. The room felt charged, every word weighted. Outside, Lena cleared a table nearby, her tray balanced effortlessly. She glanced at the glass walls, catching snippets of the conversation. Her hidden past tugged at her, memories of betrayal, of ideas stolen in the dead of night. But she pushed it down, focusing on the task. Alex's voice rose inside, praising his own genius, while Dr. Voss listened with that quiet intensity. As the meeting built, Alex called for a break. Coffee, anyone? He looked out, spotting Lena. Ooh, the waitress. Bring us some drinks. And don't spill this time. She nodded, entering with the tray. As she set down the cups, Alex couldn't resist. Careful now. We don't need another mess. Dr. Voss watched the exchange, her brow furrowing slightly. Lena smiled politely. Of course, sir. But as she left, she felt the weight of her plan settling in. Back in the room, Alex Thorne leaned back in his chair, his confidence swelling like a wave. He clicked to the next slide, a graph showing projected profit skyrocketing. See this? With your $2 billion, we're not just leading the market, we're owning it. Dr. Kira Voss sat across from him, her fingers steepled, listening intently. But her eyes kept drifting to the team, Mike fiddling with a tablet, Emma taking notes with a tight grip on her pen. The air in the room felt heavy, charged with Alex's ego. He went on, dismissing her earlier questions about ethics. Sure, biases exist, but our AI learns fast. It's self-correcting. Worrying too much slows progress. Dr. Voss raised an eyebrow. Progress at what cost, Mr. Thorne? I've seen companies chase speed and regret it. Alex chuckled, waving it off. Cost? We're talking billions in returns. My team here, they get it. Right, Mike? Mike looked up, startled, and nodded quickly. Yes, sir. The algorithm's solid. But his voice wavered, and Alex shot him a glare that said, Don't embarrass me. Emma shifted in her seat, her laptop screen reflecting the strain on her face. Outside the glass, the expo hummed on, booths demoing new gadgets, attendees networking over free swag. Investors lingered near the Thorne Tech area, chatting about the buzz around Alex's pitch. But inside, the arrogance built. Alex stood, pacing as he described a demo. Imagine AI in every home, predicting needs before you know them. That's power. Dr. Voss nodded slowly. Power can be dangerous if mishandled. That's when the livestream was set to begin. Alex had planned it, a public broadcast from the meeting to showcase the deal in real time, building hype for Thorne Tech. Emma, start the stream, he ordered. She hesitated for a second, her fingers hovering. Now, he barked. She clicked, and the camera in the corner lit up, beaming the session to screens around the expo and online. Viewers tuned in, comments scrolling, Thorne's about to crush it, and big money on the line. Alex smiled at the lens. Welcome, everyone. We're here with Dr. Kira Voss, discussing the future of AI. Dr. Voss looked surprised but composed herself. Proceed, she said quietly. Lena, back at her serving station just outside, heard the announcement over the expo speakers. She adjusted her red vest coat, her blonde soft curls framing her focused expression. Unseen by anyone, a tiny camera was pinned to her white shirt, hidden under the collar, disguised as a button. It captured everything, audio, video, streaming to a secure cloud she controlled. Her intentions simmered beneath the surface. A plan years in the making, fueled by old wounds. But for now, she played the part, refilling pictures, her eyes flicking to the glass room. Inside, Alex's arrogance ramped up for the camera. He gestured grandly. Dr. Voss, your investment will fuel innovations that change lives. She asked about data sourcing. How do you protect user privacy? Alex smirked. We comply with laws. Details are for the lawyers. Her discomfort grew. She shifted, her face tightening. Mike tried to chime in with tech specs, but Alex cut him off. I got this, mate. Stick to your lane. Mike shrank back, the team's fear palpable. Emma's pen scratched faster, avoiding eye contact. Investors watching from outside murmured, sensing the edge in Alex's tone. One whispered to another, he's intense. Hope Voss bites anyway. Then came the knock. Lena entered with a tray of fresh water, as requested earlier. Refills, sir? Alex turned, his face souring at the sight of her. You again? Fine, but hurry up. We're live here. As she poured, her hands steady, Alex couldn't resist humiliating her further. Watch it, don't drip on the table. Last thing we need is your incompetence on camera. The stream caught it all, viewers commenting, harsh much, and who's the waitress? Lena kept her cool, setting down the glasses. Anything else? she asked softly. Alex waved her away. Just go. We have real work here. Dr. Voss watched the exchange, her lips pressing into a thin line. Lena exited, but her hidden camera rolled on, capturing the cruelty in high definition. The meeting pressed forward. Alex demoed a live AI simulation on the screen, robots assembling parts flawlessly. See? Perfection. But Dr. Voss probed deeper. What about job displacement? Your AI replaces workers. Alex laughed. That's evolution. The strong adapt. Her growing discomfort showed in her crossed arms, her questions sharper. The team felt it too. Mike wiped sweat from his brow. Emma glanced at the door like she wanted to bolt. Outside, investors shifted uneasily, one checking his phone, perhaps reading live reactions. Comments flooded. Thorne's a jerk, and Voss looks unhappy. Lena lingered nearby, clearing a nearby table, her camera angled perfectly through the glass. Suspense built in her chest. What she captured could unravel everything. Her intentions? Revenge, justice, something personal. But she waited, patient as a shadow. Alex pushed for the close. So, Dr. Voss, ready to partner? She paused, the room silent. Then quietly, I'm afraid not, Mr. Thorne. Your vision lacks heart. AI should uplift, not dominate. Alex's face froze. What? This is $2 billion, think about it. She stood. I've thought enough. Your treatment of people, it's telling. The stream broadcast her words live, viewers gasping in comments. Alex exploded. You're making a mistake. My company's the future, you're just scared. He slammed his fist on the table, the sound echoing. Dr. Voss gathered her things. Goodbye, Mr. Thorne. She left the room, walking past Lena without a glance. The door clicked shut, and Alex turned to his team, raging. What the hell just happened? Mike, you screwed the demo. Emma, the stream was your fault. They cowered as the live feed caught his outburst, broadcasting to the world. Investors outside backed away, phones buzzing with notifications. The tension peaked, the expo floor whispering about the fallout, while Lena's camera saved it all, her secret poised to strike. Alex stormed out of the room, his face red, barking at passers-by. Get out of my way. The booth cleared as people scattered. Mike and Emma exchanged terrified looks, packing up gear with shaking hands. He's going to fire us, Emma whispered. Mike nodded grimly. Maybe we deserve better. The investors, once eager, now huddled in groups, one saying, that was ugly. Pulling my interest. The live stream ended abruptly, but clips were already circulating online. Hashtags like #ThorneMeltdown trending. Lena watched from afar, her tray set down. Her hidden camera had it all. The arrogance, the humiliation, the cancellation. Dr. Voss's car pulled away outside the expo center, Tokyo's lights reflecting off the glass. But the damage was done. Alex retreated to a corner, phone in hand, fielding calls from panicked board members. Fix this, he yelled into the receiver. The team's fear turned to quiet resentment, whispers of quitting floating. As the expo wound down, booths dimming, Lena slipped away, her blonde curls catching the exit light. Suspense hung thick. What would she do with the footage? Her intentions burned, a fire ready to ignite. But the immediate fallout hit hard. News sites picked up the stream clips, headlines blaring. Tech tycoon loses billion-dollar deal in live meltdown. Stocks dipped in after-hours trading. Alex's arrogance had cracked his empire's facade, all captured unknowingly by Lena's lens. In the quiet aftermath, Dr. Voss's words echoed in Alex's mind, but rage blinded him. Little did he know, the real storm was coming from the waitress he'd dismissed. The expo hall emptied, leaving echoes of the day's drama. Lena headed home, footage secure, her plan unfolding step by step. The expo hall stood empty, a graveyard of crumpled flyers and abandoned booths, Tokyo's neon glow flickering through the windows. Alex Thorne slumped in his hotel suite, staring at his phone as notifications piled up, each one a dagger. The livestream clips of his expo meltdown had gone viral, his rage at Lena, his cruelty to Mike and Emma, Dr. Kira Voss walking away from the $2 billion deal. Social media tore him apart. Hashtag Thorn Meltdown trended globally, memes mocking his red-faced outbursts spreading like wildfire. Thorn Tech's stock crashed 20% overnight, investors bailing, board members demanding answers. He poured a whiskey, hands trembling, but the burn couldn't numb the panic. His empire, built on control, was crumbling. Across town, Lena sat in her small apartment, laptop open, the hidden camera footage ready. Her blonde curls were tied back, her waitress uniform replaced by a plain sweater. The tiny camera, disguised as a button on her red vest coat, sat on the table, her weapon. She replayed the clips, Alex berating Mike for a dropped pen, mocking Emma, yelling at her for knocking over a model. But this wasn't just about the expo. Lena's past flooded back, her secret fueling her resolve. Years ago, Lena had been Alex's partner in college, both coding prodigies dreaming of revolutionizing AI. She'd created the empathy engine, an algorithm to make AI kind, predicting human needs with care. They were close, in love, until Alex betrayed her. He stole the code, launched Thorn Tech, and left her with nothing. She dropped out, vanished, and survived on jobs like waitressing. The expo was her chance for justice. Dr. Kira Voss, her old mentor who'd championed the empathy engine, had helped plan it. The hidden camera was Voss's idea, to expose Alex's true nature. Lena uploaded the footage to a whistleblower site, titled The Real Alex Thorn. It exploded online, racking up millions of views. News outlets ran with it, tech tycoons stole code, and Waitress exposes Billionaire. Lena's commentary video detailed the theft, backed by old emails and a photo of them working together, her laptop showing the original code. The evidence was undeniable. Thorn Tech's board summoned Alex to an emergency meeting. He arrived, disheveled, expecting to talk his way out. Instead, they played Lena's footage. An investor demanded, "Is this true?" Alex stammered, "She's nobody." But the board suspended him as if Lena took the fight public. At a news conference in Tokyo, cameras flashing, she stood in a simple blazer, voice steady. "I wanted justice, not fame. Alex stole my work and built his empire on lies." She showed more footage of his cruelty. The world listened. Hashtag Justice for Lena trended. Donations poured in for her legal fight. Former employees, inspired, spoke out about Alex's abuse. Mike and Emma quit, joining a rival firm. Investors fled, and Thorn Tech's stock hit rock bottom. Alex watched Lena's conference on TV, alone in his suite. Her calm strength hit him hard. He'd called her useless, but she'd outsmarted him. Shame crept in, a new feeling. He emailed her, "Can we talk?" She ignored it. Weeks later, Lena met Dr. Voss in a cafe. Voss smiled. "You did it, Lena." Lena shook her head. "I didn't want him destroyed, just exposed. I want change." With the rights to her code reclaimed, they launched Empathitech, an AI company built on the empathy engine, focused on human dignity. Investors, moved by Lena's story, funded it. Their first product, a hospital AI predicting patient needs, earned global praise. Alex hit rock bottom, facing lawsuits and scorn. Lena's words, "I want him to change," stuck. He reached out through Voss, and after months, Lena agreed to meet in a Tokyo park, cherry blossoms falling. Alex looked broken. "I'm sorry," he said, voice cracking. "I stole everything. How do I fix it?" Lena replied, "You can't. But you can help build something better." She offered him a role at Empathitech, working under her. He nodded, pride swallowed. "I'll try." Alex joined as a consultant, his ego checked. Under Lena's lead, Empathitech soared. Its AI improved healthcare, tailored education for kids. Articles called Lena AI's heart. Alex worked quietly, earning trust. Mike and Emma sent congratulations, their fear gone. At an AI summit a year later, Lena and Alex presented Empathitech's latest breakthrough. The crowd cheered for the tech and the story, betrayal, justice, redemption. Voss, in the audience, nodded proudly. Lena's courage didn't just topple a tycoon, it rebuilt a future. Empathitech's logo, a heart in a circuit, symbolized hope, showing AI could serve humanity. Alex, once a villain, found redemption through work. Lena glanced at him on stage, a small nod sealing their new partnership. That was today's story. If it moved you, hit that like button, share it with a friend who appreciates a powerful twist, and subscribe for more cinematic tales that linger long after the screen fades. Let us know in the comments where you're watching from.